All right, so on this video, we are going to go over the two main Twitter DM strategies that are out right now. One is the scalable one is the non-scalable one, and you will have people fighting tooth and nail over which one is better. But in my eyes, they're not mutually exclusive, so you can just do both, right? So yeah, that's what I do personally. You can pick and choose which one you want to run with. But again, my recommendation is you just do both. Number one is scalable. So this is basically the strategy that will let you be sending 300,000 DMs per month, 300,000 DMs a day. And so obviously it's very different to be running 100, 200, 900 Twitter accounts than to just be running your own Twitter account. And so there are different ways to go about that, right? You obviously, like, it's not the same process for obvious reasons. I guess you could have it be the same process, but I just would not recommend it. For the scalable, and we're going to get into kind of the specifics down here when we talk about the implementation, like scalable, how to actually send 300,000 plus DMs per month, and then the non-scalable, right? So this is just kind of a quick overview. But the scalable is kind of you reaching out at scale to your ICP. ICP, not necessarily your dream client list, which is what ideally you want to be doing with the non-scalable solution, which would be manual outreach to your dream client list with a stupidly good offer. Okay, so number one, scalable, stupid amount of DMs to your ICP. Yes, this is more of a machine gun approach, but still very, very effective if, number one, you have a good offer. If you do everything that we've talked about previously, so if you have everything in check for all your accounts, right? If you have everything in check, if you have a really good offer, if you have a really good script, and if you know how to carry conversation to actually book meetings, okay? And so that's the scalable option. That is like the scalable, how to send a ton of messages. The non-scalable solution, and what I recommend people do, is build out a dream client list. Like, who would you not kill, but who would you be, like, who do you really, really, really want to work for? Find or work with. Find their Twitter handles, add them to a dream client list, just add them to a Google Sheet, and we'll go into how to actually do that on the video that I just showed. Put them there and then add them to the do not contact list on your scalable outreach. Okay, so with your mass scale outreach, don't be messaging these guys. Don't message your dream client list. Just just add them to the do not contact list. I will go over how to do that on the software. But those are the two main strategies, and this is going to be a content throughout the whole course. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So number one, scalable, running machine gun approach, and then the non-scalable is kind of the sniper approach, right? So just super good offer to your dream client where they would be losing more by saying no than by saying yes. So this is kind of what I figured out by reaching out, by just doing this specifically. Like, we run a bunch of accounts with the scalable, and this is typically what we do for clients as well. But then for those dream clients, I reach out to them manually. Sniper precision, talking about a specific problem that I know they have, like them specifically, putting a name on it, obviously, like saying, hey, I saw you're pushing out a new offer about XYZ. So that whenever they read it, they know that this isn't, like, they're not just another lead on your list. Like, they know that you did your research. You still want to keep it short, right? But if you show, like, if you have a good enough offer to where they're losing more, and I think this is key, and I've never seen this be talked about before, but if they'd be losing more by not replying to your DM, then they will reply to your DM, okay? Because these people, your dream client list, they probably don't need your service. Like, they're probably doing well enough just how they are, right? So they probably don't need your service, which is why you need your offer to be stupid good. You need to, like, it has to be really, really good, which is why I really like this wording. Like, they have to be losing more by not replying or by saying no than by actually saying yes. Okay, so those are the two main things. Number one, scalable, mass scale, machine gun approach, and then non-scalable, manual outreach to your dream client list with a stupidly good offer where they'd be losing more by saying no than by saying yes. And obviously, the same principle applies for the scalable, but for the non-scalable, you have to go one step up, like up, you have to go above and beyond, right? Because these are like you only have one shot. You only have one shot unless you kind of create a new Twitter account or something. But an example of one of these, like like an even better, you have to make an even better offer than what you're pitching to the scalable guys, just because you value working with these people a whole lot more, right? And so the typical can be like, hey, you make them a lot of money and then you just take a commission, just because you know that you're going to learn. Obviously, this depends on kind of where you're at with your business journey, but I think there are, like, for a lot of people that are probably going to be going through this, and this is a whole Hermosi thing, but a lot of us are in a learning stage, not in an earning stage, right? Obviously, you do want to be making money, but in my eyes, it's a lot better if you learn. And if you're working with the top of the top and you're making them a lot of money, then not only will you learn, but you'll have them in your back pocket, which is beyond valuable, okay? Beyond your freaking 3K retainer that you want these guys to pay, right? So yeah, that's kind of the strategy there. And I think, so kind of went over this, but offer is king depending on how badly you want to work with someone. In my opinion, it's okay to delay gratification, play long-term games. You will learn from them. So this is exactly what I was talking about here. You will stack goodwill and you will make a lot more money in the long run. Thing is, you just want to reduce the risk as much as possible when you're building, when you're doing the non-scalable approach. I mean, for both, but for the non-scalable approach, even more, right? Because you have a lot less bullets, a lot more laser focused, and it's your dream client list. So you want to make an offer such a way that they lose more by saying no than by saying yes. Why? It might cost you, but your dream client, someone that you really, really admire and want to work with, probably isn't hurting. Like, they probably don't have a huge pain point that you can solve, right? They probably do have pain points, but it's not like they're probably well off. They're probably sitting on a couple millions, right? And so again, you want to make it in such a way that they lose out on more by saying no to you. And that is I think that's the key, okay? And yes, they probably could use your service, right? They probably do have a pain point, but they could also do without it. Make them lose more by saying no than by saying, make them lose more by saying no to you than by saying yes. So that's the key. And that's why the offer is king. Offer is king not only for the scalable, I mean, not only for the non-scalable, but also for scalable. But for the non-scalable, in my opinion, you have to go one step ahead, one step above what everyone else is doing, and not just give them the regular treatment, because they're your dream clients, right? So you really want to be in their corner. You want them in your corner as well. And so that is, in my eyes, what the two best Twitter DM strategies look like. Again, you can do one, you can do the other, you can do both. I recommend just doing both. And yeah, see you in the next one.